Good afternoon, everybody. This thing bouncing? Oh, good afternoon, everybody. This is NCP. I was going to go over the new camera setup I'm setting up down here. For like, I've got this on a boom. Camera, see it bouncing there? Boom. So we can adjust that for whatever. And I got the microscope I'm going to add in so I can do different camera angles and everything and start putting the quality that I should into my videos and editing them and such. But I got distracted today. So, here's the deal. I had a long talk today with the previous owner of the property. And I found out some things that aren't listed. Because see, there was a survey done. A topographical survey of the property. And something else. It's really a really intense one. It has like all the trees labeled and all this stuff. So, I found a lot of stuff out from her that excuse me that isn't really known or necessarily documented. For one, the well out here that's filled in or whatever, right, is completely functional. She said get the water tested, but last time she tested it was fine. They just put a board over it and then covered that board with dirt, so it's all there and it's all working and ready to go. They just did it because they went to city water and they don't want to deal with all the problems associated with having a well in the land, same thing. So they decommissioned it, but they didn't grout it or any of that stuff. It's good to go. That's not documented anywhere. They were kind of preppers. So there's a lot of things that aren't known or documented. Like I said, for example, and this is so freaking exciting. I mean, I'm jazzed. I don't think. Anyway, I'm really jazzed. I'm really so excited. I found out there's an artesian spring here. And I went out today and she told me where it was at. And it's way back in the woods, but it's on my property. And I went back there and it's bubbling. It's just bubbling out of the ground. It's like magic, you know. And I can't believe that there's a artisan spring here. It's just bubbling. And they never really developed it, but it's there. And it flows year round. And it feeds down in the river. And you can kind of tell because it looks like there's a lot of, I don't know, it looks like it brought up a lot of clay after last rain. It like overflooded, I guess, and overflowed. I'm gonna have to do more research because I really don't have a true understanding of this at this time. But there's two wells here. One is a powered well, and one is an artisan well. So that's really exciting. I found out there's a driveway turnaround here that nobody knows about, but it's there. It shows on the topo map, but it's all been covered over since then. But you can drive on it because I guess you need permits and stuff to do that now. And they just put a thin thing of dirt over it and called it good, but you can still drive on it, which I don't know if I'll ever use that, or very, very rarely, because it's such a long driveway. And there's a turnaround in the back, but in the front there's one. So I was pretty excited. Got some things in the mail today. I got my SMD solder stuff, or surface mount device solder, which is actually a solder paste. Never used it really. Got my my anti-static tweezers for my surface mount work on my kits. We got one kit in today, which is another Pixie transmitter. Was that today? Yeah. Yeah, I think it was this one. This one's today, I think. Or a day ago. I'm not sure. And I also got a soldering station I ordered. So let me pause this and move it so I can open up the box and show you. So hold on. Okay. Should we go on? This is a surface mount device rework station, soldering station. It's about 60 bucks. It's pretty cheap. It's had good reviews. I'm not going to be using it today, but I just want to show you guys. Basically, it's a standard rework station. I guess we're going this way. This one has the 5 or 4 tips. And this is a pickup device where it's like a spatula. You stick it under the chips. You're desoldering with a hot air gun. and you pick them up that way, or you can press down and hold them. But if you ever see these and don't know what they are, that's what they're for. Which nobody uses them. Extra tips, which is fine because that'll fit my other soldering iron, which is still upstairs. But this is, at work I have a Hacko, and I think that's how you pronounce it. But this is pretty much, I think, is a copy of that. But Hacko is a really good quality stuff. Let me get this out. This is the unit here. As you can see, I have not opened it yet, and this is how it comes. So, that's attached. Interesting enough, this has like an aviation plug on it for the soldering iron. Like an old microphone for your CB days. And this is it's actually magnetic. Let me go ahead and get this out so you guys can see what we really got here. I'll be right back. Alright, so now I'm holding the phone. Here's the unit. It looks good. This is whoever that is. So let's go ahead and put on the magnetic holder. It's got some instructions up here. Must to keep handle on holder before turn on the machine. So that would be Chinglish or English. I guess English. Which probably means that the machine needs to have the handle on before it does anything. So let me go ahead and put that on. I got some things here, and let me go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, so I went ahead and put that on. And I was looking at this, because I need to check quality. But those holes are okay over here. All the flashing is mostly gone. There's a little bit of flashing up there, but that's fine. But on this side, it's totally sealed up. So that could be a bad die, or it could be the way it's supposed to be. I don't know. We'll have to see. Gonna get that in there. Let's go ahead and hook up the soldering iron. I'm gonna probably take this off so I can set this up here, because I built the bench specifically to put these two items there next to each other. But I guess there's enough room. I guess when they gave me the dimensions, it was dimensions of the box. That's okay. I'll leave it like that. Let me go ahead and put the soldering iron on, and let's go ahead and plug this thing in. See what happens. All right. The first thing I noticed immediately right off the bat is I was seeing how this felt, and that feels okay. At my work, my Hacko has a little sense unit here that kind of puts it to sleep when you put it in there. So it turns the soldering iron to sleep mode. I never use these. I never use pads. I have a Brillo pad somewhere. That was, I got. It's one of the metal ones, not the plastic casing. Well, you'll see what I'm talking about. I usually put it here at work, but the new one I bought might not fit, so maybe I'll have to hot glue it, or, well, probably not hot glue, but I'll attach it to the top here so I can do my solder cleaner. And I think I'm going to print a thing along here on a 3D printer to hold the nozzles and some of the soldering tips. I don't have the little, I think it's R style or whatever. It looks like a spatula, basically a flat bit, and it's got a gouge in the middle of it. So it can go right down either side of SMD chips. So we'll see about that, but let's go ahead and get this thing plugged in and turn it on, and then run across the room and see what happens, just for safety. Alright, let's see here. Like I said, I just plugged into the shop one right now that came with the house. It's a 15 amp. I've got the whole house. I'm going to wire it up to 20 amp sockets, and each one's going to have USB, and then there'll be not arc fault with the other one. There'll be GFCI on it all. But let's turn this on here. Power it up. Heard it. So I don't know what that means, because I don't read the instructions. Let's just turn it on. See, this is hot air. Okay, so that turned on. There's the airflow. I think the lights are flickering. It might be my eyes. Hot air. So let's turn temperature up. And there we go. It's going up. We can see it. Okay, so now it's at the temperature. So let's turn down. Turn back all the way to 0. And it should drop. And keep remaining on till the sensor, until it cools down inside. I don't want to do too much because I don't want to burn a hole in my wall. Nice and warm. Thought there was a magnetic sensor or something here. Seriously kind of jumpy on the temperature. Oh wait, something happened there. Okay, so it has to set like this. I guess not. Okay, I had to cool off first. That's nice. So it seems like some things are different. Different settings. It might be a combination of mercury and magnetic switch. Okay, so it's got to set a certain way. So you got to put it down this way. Nope, I guess this way. That way. It has to go in that way, so with the bad vents up, or the blocked vent side, then it turns off. Let's see, it's on the edge, so I gotta fix that. Train the wire. Alright. But like I said, it won't go off if you go on the side, doesn't go right. So there's a magnetic sensor in there, I guess. Along with a mercury switch. Okay, so now I got that off. I got it set to auto too. I think that says auto. My glasses on here. Yeah, auto. I don't understand auto manual. Soldering temperature. I'm gonna assume that's Celsius. Yeah, because 480, I do more than that. Let's crank it up all the way. Let's see if it shows it going up. It seems to be heating relatively quick. And this is the 862D Plus. So I'll put links to this stuff below. It's CSD safe, supposedly. But we'll see if there's a ground wire one of these days when I take it all apart. Seems to be struggling now. Well, it's hot. It's about temperature. So I guess that's good. Yeah, it's hot. Yeah. Alright. So that's good. Let's go ahead and turn that down now. Time takes to cool off all the way. Very slow. But on the hot air thing, I didn't adjust the airspeed. Well. There are a few changes. Good, nice. It does blow. Not blow anything off the desk. Oh, I guess that's nice. Well, like I said, I gotta have the right way, or I'm not doing it right. I'm not sure how this works. That's gonna be irritating. Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I will figure that out later. But I don't know. We'll have to give this a rundown and test it and see how it works on all our components and stuff, and do some actual surface mounting on it. And that's it for today. Like I said, I was gonna do the multi-camera thing, and I'm gonna have cameras in cameras. And like I said, I got the thing up here to hold up the camera, which we can just put in there. And that's what I'm doing, and then I can have this view, or higher view. I just got a clip there for now. We'll clip it somewhere later, I don't know. And then we'll do that, and then we'll take and have the microscope view for what I'm working, if I'm working on really fine stuff. So we'll see. I'm gonna bring the laptop down here, and we're gonna do it that way. I guess you can use it on the go, or USB on the camera too, the cell phone, but I don't know. Alright, well that's about it for now. This is NCP. Just want to give you an update on what's going on. And hopefully tomorrow I can have an outlet out here to do my 20 amp thing. We'll just run one little socket for right now, instead of wiring up the whole garage, basement, workshop type area. Just get it all done and, you know, figure it out. Just go ahead and do that for right now. That's what I think I'll do. I'll just put one socket up here somewhere. Also, I want to put some particle board up here, or prep board, to hold my stuff. You know, like I said, I don't know. And I want to print out a thing here to put on the side. I'm sure I can just find one on Thingiverse. Sorry. I'm sure I can just find one on Thingiverse. Like a lot of these kits over here. I'm going to take and just type in their name on Thingiverse, see if I can print a kit without having to make my own. I'm just going to label the stuff today. Label these boxes. I'm going to... Oh, one other thing, important thing. For those of you that are looking for isopropyl alcohol, 99%, you can go to a compounding pharmacy and they will order it for you. They're going to give me 16-ounce bottles for about $4, $3.90 something. So I'll have those tomorrow. But isopropyl alcohol is really good for cleaning flux and stuff. I don't have the flux down here, but yeah, I don't have it. But it's really good. Excuse me. It's really good for cleaning flux, so you can get that there at a compounding pharmacy if you ever need 90%. Now, you can take regular cheap Dollar Tree or dollar store, whatever, alcohol that's like 60, 70%, and you can mix salt into it, a lot of salt, and just shake the crud out of it, and it'll settle out, and you'll have stratification, or different layers. They'll stratify, and the top layer will be alcohol, and it'll be about 90%. Salt won't really do it more than 90%, but you'd have to distill it after that if you really want to get pure, because there will be a little bit of salt residue and stuff. With the 90% though, if I'm looking for a burned component, I can use a thermal camera at work and all this high-tech stuff to check it out. And, you know, $1,200 cameras and stuff. When no one's around, I take a bottle like this full of rubbing alcohol. And I don't mean 90%. Well, I like that 90%, but I've been using like the 40 or 60% or whatever, the cheap stuff. Squirt it on the motherboard I'm working on. And it'll almost instantly evaporate off the bad component. I was like, there it is. That surface mount thing there is bad. Or whatever. Just a really, really quick tip. But don't do it with anybody else around. But, you know, there is a flash problem there. Just put a little power into the circuit, you know. Inject your signal and a little bit of power. A couple volts maybe. No more than like maybe 2. But whatever's bad will get hot quick. Also turned compressed air cans upside down and made a freeze spray out of it. Whatever doesn't freeze, that's usually a problem, but alcohol's a lot cheaper. It depends if it's my supplies or work supplies, how we do things. But that's it for today. Enough with your bootleg, hidden, arcane secrets of electronics repair and fixing laptops and stuff at work, or running cables or whatever I have to do that day. Alright everybody, it's NCP. I've rambled on for 21 minutes. So, this is the review of the 862D hot air reflow station. Haven't did the power supply. I don't know. You know, like I said, I'll put a link to that. I'll put a link to the power supply. I'll put a link to the 20 amp USB fast charge things. I don't remember what this cost. I ordered this a while back. So, we'll see. Alright everybody, this is NCP. You have a great day.